Welcome to Go Digital with Digie Crew. So guys, today episode is on the topic is paradigm shift to digital photography, and we're gonna be talking on so many great topics today. And we have a very special guest, Mr. Nazir from Brooklyn, New York, and he's a self-taught professional photographer. So there's definitely a lot many key takeaways for all of us by the end of this episode. All right. So, Nazir, my very first question to you is what does photography mean to you?
Photography is basically a way of me showing my perspective of the world. Because being that I do a lot of street photography, so I show like a lot of emotion sometimes, or like how I view things. Like my most recent post, it was just me being happy, and I seen somebody riding a scooter. I was able to relate to that.
Wow. Yes, that's great. Yeah, full of emotions. You put in emotions to your photos which you click, and that's something. It's really good. Wow, that's
Yeah,
good. All
it's
right,
also
my yeah.
it's also a way to connect with the community, like a very great way. A lot of people
Mm.
wouldn't really just let you talk to them, like if you just walking down the street. But if they see a camera, they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
realized that
that,
once I became a photographer.
yeah. So definitely, there is every picture actually speaks of that particular moment, the
Oh,
memories. So
thank you. That's why I try to go for it really in my pictures.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Just go with it. I just love it. All right, my second question to you is how do you educate yourself to take better pictures?
But really, I just go outside. Like, especially when I don't have a shoot, I just go outside and go shoot. The best way really is to just keep going, keep clicking the shutter, really. But if like I'm in a real rut, I'll probably go watch some inspiration or listen to a podcast real quick. Maybe even an art gallery. I did that before. That gave me some great inspiration. Going to an art gallery.
Wow, great. Okay, one of the audience, one of the person from the audience asked one question to you that while clicking any picture, what comes first in your mind?
When taking any picture,
Any picture.
well, really, my mind is really all over the place when but like you gotta be more specific. Like when I'm taking like a street photography picture, or if I'm doing a professional work like with a client.
Yeah.
So like if it's street photography, really sometimes I'll go outside with with a mindset like, yeah, I wanna capture people, or I wanna capture like the city. Being that I live in New York City, it's always great lights outside. But if it's for a professional work, I'd really try to go get meet the person first to like get a feel of who they really are, so I could try to capture that when I'm doing their work for them. It's about the client first.
Yeah, it's about time first. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so I hope the I think here's summer. Yeah, he gets the answer. All right, great. So my next question to you is, what in your opinion is most important to consider while shooting portrait pictures?
Oh wow, I basically just answered that one. But when shooting what type of portrait picture? Like you talking about like professional work, or just any
No,
type of portrait
no,
picture?
any type.
Really the most important, just just take it. You never know, because sometimes I just have the camera in my hand. As a matter of fact, I got my camera right here. There's no lens on it, but like
Yeah,
this is my old camera. So like just take the picture, shoot around, or look through the viewfinder. You maybe find something that really connects with you. That's really what I try to go for. Like especially when I go outside, find something that looks nice, looks different. You don't want to be the same. You want to be unique.
yeah. You have to find the uniqueness in your while clicking pictures. You have
Yeah.
to find that. Yeah, great. Okay. Now, another question I have is what kind of tools do you use for post processing, and explain your workflow, like how you start and how you finish that.
Okay, so really, if when I first start after taking a picture and like, well, after a whole day of taking pictures, I'll go home, I'll go on my computer. Well, I'm a MacBook guy, so I got the 2020 MacBook Pro. So if y'all keep wondering what I'm looking at my computer. That's where the light's coming from. So I'll go to the Lightroom. That's my very first tool, go to Lightroom. I don't really I use the classic sometimes, but I feel comfortable using the newer one. So go to Lightroom, you change the exposures a little bit because sometimes my pictures come out dark or sometimes it comes out overly exposed. So you fix that up a little bit, get tweaking with the settings, the contrast, the saturations, and if I got any like imperfections in the picture, I'll open up Photoshop and like try to fix the perfections. Then
You ju-
then go to if it's for posting like on Instagram, yeah, it's a little bit longer. So like that's like a pain. Like that's where the headache's at because you gotta figure out which pictures you really want to post or which one will go with the sequence.
Yeah, definitely. So for every work, you have a specific, workflow which you follow according to the photos you are going to edit and photos you are going to use, right?
Yeah,
Like you have different softwares you are using, right? So
yeah, because I don't really use every photo I take. Like I have probably in my Lightroom, I probably have over 1,000 photos. I don't really use everything. Some of them just sits in the computer. I like looking at them because a lot of the photos are actually good, but I don't want to post them. I stick with the
yeah,
sequence, and sometimes I ask people what they want to see.
perfect. Okay, actually, one tricky question is asked by one of the audience, and uh, he said, like, why click a picture when you can save the memories in your heart and head? So why?
Sometimes me personally, I'm a very forgetful person, but like if it's memories, yeah, I'll remember it. Sometimes it's better when it's saved, like especially when you wanna hang it up on the wall, like as a portrait or
Yeah,
frame it. That's great. That's a great way to save a mem. Sorry, it's a great way to save a memory. So if you don't feel like you have to use it in a camera, you don't really have to. It's not everybody's preference.
definitely. Yeah. So we just collect the memories, we print it out and we, you know, hang in our room, hang in our the, happy place. So we get good vibes out of it. We get, good environment while working and everything. So yeah, it's good to have pictures, and yeah. So it's all depend on the preference, If you have that preference, you can have it. And if you don't want, just yeah, just keep it in the memories in your head and hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good answer. Okay, my next question to you is like, what is the most rewarding part of being a photographer?
The most rewarding part,
Yeah.
I say, is actually getting a good picture. Like half of the time when I go outside, you don't always get a good picture. I take 90, 100, maybe even 200 pictures, and only like 50 of those I actually approve of. It would be lucky. Matter of fact, it'd be lucky if I get 50 approved. Most of the time, it's like 20 that I approve, and I just delete the rest of them. But if you're talking about on Instagram, the most rewarding part is getting a comment. I like comment means that somebody actually felt something from the picture. That's how I feel about it. I don't really care about the likes sometimes. I mainly aim to get a comment or
And
maybe even a DM.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we should not focus on the likes and comments or something. That is like the outcomes of the content we are providing. So just focus on the uh,
Yeah,
quality content, quality photos. With the emotions, with the memory, with the story. Yeah,
mainly
that matters.
mainly just focus on yourself. Like don't really care about what anybody says. Focus on what makes you happy, really.
Yeah, just believe in yourself. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. Just
Basically,
do it.
do
Like
whatever you want to do in life. Just do what makes you happy.
make sure you're happy. Yeah, because happiness is something we can't purchase. with money, with having a lot of money, we can't have the happiness, So yeah, just go for the happiness. All right, that's great. So my last question to you is you mentioned in your profile that you are a self-taught photographer. So can you explain your journey of being
Well,
a photographer?
beginning of my journey is kind of actually funny. Like I always used to take pictures, but I never really aspired to be a photographer until like it keeps going on and on when people say, you should be a photographer. You should be a photographer. It's like I'm gonna finally try it out, see if I really like it. I bought a camera. The first camera I bought, no, this is actually the first camera I bought. This is the EOS 800D Canon camera. The EOS actually, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. EOS 800. This is the UK version. I think the United States version is the T7i. So that's what I went with, just to test out photography and really go about it. Like if you ever decide to buy a camera, don't just buy any type of camera. Like buy something that can actually take some decent photos or something. But if you're really trying to be a professional, the first camera you should get from a Canon perspective, maybe the EOS 80D. That's a very great camera to start off with. It does video and it does photography great.
Perfect. So guys, who are thinking of having a career in photography, just take Nazir advice. And if you want more information, if you want more advice, just drop him a DM. You can follow him, just go and talk to him. He'll help you out for sure.
Definitely.
So,
I'll help anybody out. Just DM me. Tip of advice, greatest lens. Well, this isn't the greatest lens I've used, but this is the greatest lens I started off with. It's a 50mm. It takes great pictures. It's a f1.8 stop, so that means the aperture opens up wide and you get to capture more light inside of your picture. That's where you get the little blurry effect in the background and your subject pops out more. Like you get that little 3D effect in your subject.
wow. So yeah, definitely. For all the technical specifications, just contact him, just drop a DM. And yeah, you can share your camera and specifications and how you can use it rather than buying a new one or something, right? Because there are so many things you can do with your current camera if you have current DSLR or something. It's just yeah. So guys, drop a DM to Nazir if you want more advice and more tips and tricks on photography. Yeah. So he will help you out, right?
Definitely. Drop a DM. You can even follow me if you like my work, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really do it for the follows, so I just like sharing my work with the world. That's really it.
Wow, that's great. So guys, check out his profile right now after the interview, and yeah. All right. I think I'm just finished the last question with you, and I think we done with our episode for today. And yes, it's good to talk to you on different topic. Apart from digital marketing, we talked today on digital photography. How it's very important for people to capture their moment and memories. How they can do that. So yeah. So thank you, Nazir, for being there
No problem.
for us. So we are going to continue more lives in near future, guys, and yeah, we will come up with so many great topics to discuss and some great experience for sure. And yeah, that's all I think for today's episode, right? Thank you so much, Nazir, for giving us your time, for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is really, since I started being a photographer, this is actually my first interview. So
Oh my God.
yeah, so it was very great having you actually send me a DM to interview me. It was an honor. Thank you.
We are giving free consultation program. We are running that. So if any of you guys want to know anything about digital marketing, so they can DM us, and yeah, they will get a great advice from the experts from our team. And visit our website. It's digiecrew.com. So don't get it wrong. The spelling is DIGIE with an E, please. All right. So visit our website and do subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching us, and we will connect soon. Bye bye.